Hello, this is Brian McCormick with MTG Rocks, and today we're going to be playing Explore Green. This is a standard green stompy deck. Essentially what we're trying to do is against aggressive decks like red, we're trying to gain life with Wildgrowth Walker, comboing with Branchwalker and Jadelight Ranger. We've also got Llanowar Elves to fuel turn 2 Steel Leaf Champions and Rangers. And we've got Pelt Collectors that'll grow big under the Harpooner, Jadelight Ranger, Steel Leaf, Nullhide, and Ghalta. And we're also trying to play Ghalta as early as possible. We don't have a lot of card draw, but we do have Adventurous Impulse to filter up the top cards of our decks to try and dig if we do go into the mid game. Alright, so let's play this deck and see how it does. So basically this deck really wants to go first because we want to power out a turn 1 Llanowar Elf and then follow it up with like a turn 2 5/4. That's really hard for most decks to come back from. However, a turn 1 Pelt Collector can be strong too. Alright, so we have turn 1 Llanowar and turn 2 Steel Leaf. Unfortunately, we're going second, but we still have the cards that we want, so we'll keep this. Ooh, and we're playing against a red deck. And they didn't play anything. So they might shock our Llanowar Elf when we play it. Usually the red deck want to kill the Llanowar right away. So they do. That's fine. So next turn we'll play Wildgrowth Walker and follow it up probably with Branchwalker. Or we could follow it up with Steel Leaf Champion. So the good thing is even if they do kill Wildgrowth Walker, they're using their burn spells to do it. So it's still saving us 3 life whenever they kill it. Wow, so this guy shocked us in the face instead of Wildgrowth Walker. That's usually not what you want to do. So he has skewer the critics. But now look, we're at 17. We're going to go down to 14, but our opponent only has 1 card left. We have Nullhide Ferox next turn. So our opponent's going to need like an Experimental Frenzy. I guess Light Up the Stage is a good card to get at this stage. So we'd be happy to trade with Runaway Steamkin here. He knows that, so he's not going to attack. Alright, so we'll offer up the trade. We do have to be aggressive. The more time we give red decks, the more burn spells they can get. We always want to be on the offense with this deck. Alright, so we played Nullhide Ferox. And that's going to be very difficult for them to deal with. So now we're representing 11 damage a turn. And, you know, at best he'll draw 1 burn spell a turn unless he gets Frenzy. So he's going to trade his Steamkin and his Lightning Strike for our Ferox. Which we're totally fine with. We're left with a 5/4 and we've got 3 creatures in hand. So we should win this game quite easily now. Oh, we also got Impulse. Or we could play Kraul Harpooner and Branchwalker in the same turn. Let's see if we can get another Steel Leaf. Oh, we get a land, so it replaces itself. Okay. Alright, Alright, I'll just play the most amount of threats I can. I'll put that in the graveyard. And then we'll attack for 5. A Chain Whirler plus a burn spell would be a little bit of a setback for us. Spear Spewer. You don't see that often. Alright, we take 2. Ooh, and another Ferox. Alright, any scoops? Alright, so that was a quick win against Mono Red. Okay, again, we're going second. We got Steel Leaf Champion, that's good. We don't have Our ideal 1-drops. We do have Adventurous Impulse we can play on turn 1. But not a hand I would mulligan at all. Just not a great hand either. So we're playing against red again. All right. Yeah, so we'll play Harpooner next turn or Wildgrowth Walker. So I'm going to take the Steel Leaf Champion. Steel Leaf Champion's really good against mono red because it has 4 toughness and most of their creatures can't block it. And it stops them from attacking. Unfortunately, this game is going to be hard for us to come back from going second with our hand because we don't have a quick start. So I'm just going to play a Harpooner and, you know, he'll probably remove it. I would play the Wildgrowth Walker, but since I assume he has removal, I would rather save the Walker for later to gain some life. Maybe on turn 5, I'll have 5 mana and I can play Jadelight Ranger and Walker in the same turn. Alright, so they've got quite the aggro. They didn't attack. Okay. Alright, so we did get Jadelight Ranger. Alright, so... So the question is, do we think he has burn? I don't know. I'm going to go with the safer play and play Steel Leaf Champion here. I'm surprised he didn't attack last turn. We're not going to attack for sure. So I would be perfectly happy drawing 2 lands in a row so I could Walker and then Jadelight Ranger. I can play another Steel Leaf Champion next turn. Unfortunately, with this board state of our opponent, it's kind of difficult to attack. Okay, so he's going to attack with everything. So I'm going to block the Steamkin as one of their biggest cards, so I'm going to block that. And... he's probably going to play a spell. I'd rather block the 2 toughness creature with the Harpooner. Alright, so I expect him to play a spell, and then these 2 trade with these 2, and we take 2. Alright, yep. I guess we could have blocked the Pyromancer if we knew he was going to play a spell. Because he didn't have any spells, so it wasn't going to get pumped. Alright, unfortunately we didn't draw a land. I could Impulse and hope to get one, but if I don't, that would be bad. I guess we'll try. Because if we don't have a land in the next 3 turns, we're kind of in a bad position anyway. Alright, so we'll get our land. That'll set us up better for next turn if we draw a land. And then we'll play Steel Leaf Champion. And that'll block their Pyromancer or Lava Runner next turn. Our opponent is only at 3 lands. Right now this game could still go either way. I think if we get a land next turn and he doesn't play Frenzy on his turn, then we'll be favored. Well, he might have Lightning Strike in hand. He was thinking about using that in Firebrand on Steel Leaf. Yep, that's what he has. Though I guess he didn't do it on his turn. Or on my turn. Alright, so we're down to 10, and Spewer represents a damage every turn. Alright, hope for a land. Come on. You're tapped out, buddy. What are you waiting for? Okay. All right, great. So we got our land. So this is why we waited. We waited for 5 mana up. Our opponent is tapped out. So we're guaranteed to gain 6 with Jadelight. Right. And our opponent scoops when they see the Walker and Jadelight. Alright, so you know, we were very patient that game, and the patience paid off for us. I think this deck, especially if it goes first, is well positioned against mono red because it has life gain and it has like a turn 2 5/4. And whenever I've played that turn 2 and I'm on the play, I don't think I've ever lost against mono red. Alright, so we get to go first. Then we have Llanowar. We have a turn 2 Jadelight, but we may want to lead with Wildgrowth Walker first. Yeah, so we're against mono green. Okay, so we'll play our Pelt Collector. Then we'll play Wildgrowth Walker, and then next turn we'll Jadelight. Attack with Walker and Pelt Collector probably. Drew to the cow. Wow, so this guy's probably got some Carnage Tyrants, some really big stuff he wants to play. I mean, Pelt Collector can be good in this matchup, but I think I want to dig for like Ghalta or something. Yeah, it would be bad if we took Pelt Collector and then had to draw a forest in the next turn. Though our Jadelight would have been a 4/3, which means it wouldn't trade with Branchwalker. Wants to attack? Okay, interesting. Ooh, another Walker. Okay. Well, I suppose we can make Pelt Collector bigger. Right. And I guess we're fine trading anything here. Right, so we got him down to 11. We'll play our other Wildgrowth Walker. Alright, so unfortunately now we played all of our threats, but alright, there's this Carnage Tyrant. But now we're drawing off the top of our library. Alright, so we'll play Jadelight. Harpooner is not what we want. But we do have because we're running a lot of Explore cards, that does provide card draw. Now, unfortunately, we can't attack through the Carnage Tyrant until we have another Explore card. He can't really attack into us, though. I mean, we could just trade with like a Harpooner and a Jadelight. We're a bit flooded this game. Ooh, and he got Prey Upon. Okay. Yeah, we're a bit flooded this game. We've got 6 lands. Adventurous Impulse would be fine to draw. Trying to find a Ghalta, basically. Okay, well, he's got removal. Alright, so we got a Branchwalker. I guess Steel Leaf is one of the better cards we could have. Still can't attack through Carnage Tyrant. We probably have... I don't think he's running Ghalta. He could be, but we certainly have more because we have 3 copies. We're both drawing dead. We don't have any Planeswalkers like Vivian Reed, so if he has that, that's more card advantage for him. And there's his walker. Okay. When he's got a prey upon, that's good. It means he'll be able to kill our Steel Leaf Champion or our walker next turn. Ooh, but we got Ghalta. Right, so that's the draw we wanted. So we can attack with Ghalta and he can kill it. Alright, so he's not patient enough. I mean, we were definitely ahead when we got Ghalta, but he could have traded off for it. Alright, so we won against the mono green that focused on ramp and Carnage Tyrant, whereas we had bigger power with Ghalta out. And he had more removal where we had more creatures. I'm not a fan of like Rabid Bite and Prey Upon because you know, you have to have a creature out for it to be useful, and if you're playing against like a control deck, you'd much rather have a powerful creature in play. So this game we are living the dream. If he doesn't kill Llanowar Elf, we got turn 2 Steel Leaf Champion. Ooh. Alright, so we're playing against Mono Red and we have turn 2 Steel Leaf. That's going to be hard for them to deal with. We're just going to attack, and they don't get something bigger than 2 power, we win in 4 turns. Alright, so let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, so we'll play Branchwalker. Another Ghalta. Alright, so we need 1 more mana and we can play Ghalta. I don't want to lead into Chain Whirler. Do I want a forest? I think I want Nullhide. Even if they Chain Whirler. Alright, we'll attack. Alright, and I'm going to leave the Llanowar in our hand. So if he Chain Whirlers, I can play Llanowar and then Nullhide Ferox on the following turn if I don't draw a forest on my turn. Alright, so it only has a blocker for Steel Leaf. Alright, so we did draw a land. Great, so now we can just play Ghalta this turn. And that's pretty much game over for him. We'll offer a trade with our champion. I guess it's not a trade. He can only block with Chain Whirler, so he would lose his Chain Whirler and we would keep Steel Leaf. So he has to win this turn and we're at 19 life. Not impossible with Steamkin and 4 mana with Frenzy, but he would have to have 3 counters after playing Frenzy. Alright. Oh, he got rid of Steel Leaf. So it looks like he'll be able to survive next turn by chumping Ghalta now. Oh, he had a pretty good turn. So do I want to let him draw? I think I'll take the damage. We're at 19. Alright. And I'm just going to go ahead and attack, force him to block with the Get 2 and another Get 2 or the Chain Whirler to chump. And then we have 2 spells to play on our turn for blockers. Alright, and he concedes. So we beat Mono Red again. When we have turn 2 Steel Leaf, I almost never lose that game. All right. Not a great hand. We don't have either of our 1-drops. We do have Steel Leaf Champion and a Ferox. All right, so we have a Impulse. So we're definitely gonna Wildgrowth Walker turn 2, then Steel Leaf turn 3. I think I want another. We're playing against green blue. I think Nullhide Ferox is good. Just to have a bigger threat. Oh, we're playing against Merfolk. Okay. Alright, so Steel Leaf next turn. This could be a tough match. I haven't played against Merfolk, but you know, that's tribal. And their creatures can get pretty big fast, and yeah, he's got card advantage too. See, he already has a 5/4. That matches our Steel Leaf. So it doesn't take much for his creatures to match our Nullhide Ferox. Song of the Frailise. Not a bad card. Alright. I don't even think they run flyers, so Harpooner can't kill anything. So I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with this deck. He could have combat tricks. I guess if he does, then he'll use them eventually, so we might as well attack. Right, if we play Harpooner, I believe we can play Ghalta. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be counter magic or what that is for. Maybe it's a Merfolk Trickster. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, so that's not enough for Ghalta. So we'll play Ferox this turn and Ghalta next turn. I think Ghalta will be our key to victory if it resolves. So next turn his creatures will get Indestructible, Vigilance, and Trample, and +1/+1. Alright, now he's got a 6/5 and a 3/3. Okay. Alright, so will he block if I play Ghalta? I mean, if I attack, I'm pretty sure he's not going to block. This is risky, but I don't want him to know I have Ghalta yet. So he trades, but now it's not going to get Vigilance and Indestructible next turn. He's down to 10. Alright, so I can play Kraul Harpooner now and follow it up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so. Alright, so I can follow this up with Ghalta still. Whenever a Merfolk deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Okay. Alright, so he's gonna have to chump block on our turn. He'll deal 4 to us with Merfolk Mistbinder. Alright, so he concedes. We won based on the power of Ghalta, which is just what we're trying to do with the mid-range deck. So this has been Explore Green. It seemed pretty effective in those test matches. We were able to power out some big Steel Leaf champions on turn 2. We were able to gain life with Wildgrowth Walker to beat red decks. Against mid-rangey decks, Nullhide Ferox did a lot of work. And Ghalta was able to beat decks that ran like Carnage Tyrant and other big mid-range threats. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if you want to see a certain deck showcased on our channel, please leave a comment and let us know. Thanks for watching.